Greetings again, friends. It's Wednesday morning, and this is Derek Moll reporting in from Wake Forest, North Carolina, where this morning the temperature got down into the high 20s, and it was nothing but an invigorating gallop with Scout for our morning walk. But it's refreshing, and it feels so good, and I have to admit that after 30-some years of not experiencing any real fall weather, I'm not going to complain about a little cold temperature. Who knows what's going to come up over the next few months, but bottom line is I'm glad we're here and I'm excited about all the possibilities. Which kind of sets up what I want to talk about this morning. I've been scolded more than once over the last few weeks by people who feel that my blog at www.derekmoll.wordpress.com is too positive. Yeah, can you believe that? That I focus too much on good news and share these amazing stories of faith and life and belief that I'm encountering on a daily basis in my world. The criticism is that, well, that's just not how real people live. People can't relate to you when you're just being so positive and heavenly minded all the time. Well, I'm sorry. I only ever write about what is reality. And my reality is not that my life is necessarily easy, but that my belief in the goodness and the purpose and the overwhelming sense of direction that God gives us is much more than anything else, more significant. It's not like we didn't have some major issues during our move. We had a horrible experience with the moving company. We called them the Ukrainian mafia. We had some real problems we ran into with getting everything sorted for our closing at both ends, both in Brandon and then up here in Wake Forest. We've had a number of things, any number of things, go wrong. But that's not where I choose to focus. This is not denial. This is just living in the sense of what Jesus says in John 10:10 is living the abundant life, or more and better life than you ever dreamed of, or as it's put later in the epistles, the life that is truly life. Now, I'm not talking about a panacea. I'm not talking about everything being easy and having no problems. I'm talking about having a focus on the love and goodness of God that overrides everything else. God didn't promise to make our lives easy, to avoid the struggles, but that it would be wonderful. And I'm here to tell you that my life is wonderful. My life with Rebecca is wonderful. Our life with this new church, Wake Forest Presbyterian Church, is wonderful. Not easy, but wonderful. And that, I think, is the opportunity that we have. It's the challenge every day, is to wake up and say, am I going to live into this concept of abundant life today? Or am I going to sit around and complain and be negative and focus on what isn't going right? Every day is a challenge, potentially. Every day is another victory. Every other day is a day that I wake up and I say, thank you, God, for this life. I'm sure I'll still be saying this when things are not quite as, I don't know, exciting and positive as they seem right now. Because, as Paul said, all things work together for good for those who love the Lord and are called according to his purposes. All things are possible. Not all things are easy, but all things are possible. So I just wanted to make a point to kind of make that distinction this morning. That when I'm talking about how great life is and how full and rich life is, I'm talking about really a decision I've made to live into the truth of the good news of the gospel of light and life. And if that makes you uneasy, I suggest you take another look at who you believe in and how you live your life of faith. I'm Derek Moll, and I'm here to say life is good.